I heard somebody told me they have 7 days left of school. That's not that bad. It's pretty close. How many do you guys have? Mostly more than 7, less than 7? 20? That seems like a lot. Huh? Oh, it's because there's haze when we do the worship, so it's not smoky. It's just hazy. It's okay. Well, that's exciting. How many days do you guys have? 13. 12. I bet he has 12 too. He just forgot how to count. That's okay. How many do you have? 10. 13. Wow, you guys are almost there. Hey, you got the prime. Good job. What about way over here in the corner? How many days do you have left of school? How many days do you have left of school? 2 weeks, 10 days, 50 days? Oh, 15. That makes more sense. That's exciting. Summer's coming. What are you going to do for summer? Anything exciting? Is anyone going somewhere like crazy? Like, is anybody going to like Antarctica or something? No. Mexico, that's cool too. Somewhere in California. You're going to Antarctica? Oh. Brazil? That might be cooler than Antarctica. That's cool. My goal is to go to Antarctica one day. I think that'd be really cool. Well, guys, I'm glad you guys are here tonight. I'm so grateful you're all here. If I never met you, my name is Bryce. I'd love to meet you sometime. And yeah, if you didn't get a chance, before you leave tonight, make sure you tell Eli thank you and that you appreciate him and that he's awesome, because we're going to miss that guy, okay? And who's going to make you drink nasty smoothies now, you know? No, I'm not. I would throw up. If anybody throws up, I would throw up. I puke too, you know? Yeah, I'm glad you're all back in here. Some people had to step out because they were scared that somebody might throw up, which is fair. It's kind of gross. But nobody threw up. Who won? Capri, you won, right? Good job. That was awesome. Did it taste good? No? Would you do it again? Okay, so you would do it again, so it wasn't that bad. For future reference, if you want to do it. Wasn't that bad. Guys, tonight I'm going to tell you guys about when I first moved to Colorado, okay? I was in 3rd grade, okay? So that's like younger than you guys were. I was pretty short. 3rd grade, and I went to Pioneer Elementary School. Does anybody go to Pioneer Elementary School? Jack did. No, he didn't. He's just lying. Okay, well, it's an elementary school in Parker, but I was going there, and I first moved here, 3rd grade, and I was living in Belgium. I bet you don't even know where that is. It's on the other side. No, it's not in Germany. It's its own country, but it's over in Europe, right? And so I was living there, and then I moved here to Colorado. Hey, boys in the back. You guys good back there? You guys seem like you're kind of just tweaking a little bit. All right. So I moved to Colorado from Belgium, and when I first got here, it was like way different than when I was living in Belgium. Because when I was living in Belgium, my dad was in the Air Force, and it was like a bunch of military kids all around me all the time. And then I was moved here to Parker, and it was way different. And when I started going to school, I had like no friends, and it was kind of sad. But you know, normally, you know, you're a 3rd grader. You know, you usually just make friends with whoever lives on your street, which is awesome. But on our street, it was a bunch of old people, right? It was just old people. There was old people, and then like a baby was one of our neighbors. So there was nobody to like play with. There was no friends, which was sad. So I was going to Pioneer, and I was like, okay, I got to make some friends here, because clearly I'm not going to make any in my neighborhood. And I was trying to make some friends, and eventually I got to a point where like I had some friends, but like the kids that I would like sit at the lunch table with, you know? When you're in elementary school, you kind of sit with your lunch table crew. It's like the same crew every day, unless maybe you're like, I don't know, really social, maybe you switch around. But for the most part, you sit with the same kids at lunch like every day for like probably all of elementary school, at least a couple years, at least the school year. And so I got into a table group, and they like let me sit there, but I still wasn't sure if they really liked me or not. But I was sitting there with lunch with them, and I was like, okay, I think these guys kind of like me, but I still didn't really feel like I was a part of their crew, you know, like they'd be telling jokes and like inside jokes and things where I'm like, I don't really know what you guys are talking about, or they'd be talking about what they did over the weekend together, and I'm like, oh, I just kind of sat at home and played with my bike, or, you know, played basketball in my driveway by myself or something, and I was like, oh, you know, they're kind of my friends, but not really. I didn't feel like I was fully in, like I really was connected with their group, right? And that all changed like towards the end of 3rd grade. So I made it through most of 3rd grade, kind of having some friends, but like nobody really good friends. And then at the end of 3rd grade, I had these 2 friends in the group. Their names were Travis and Cameron. They were twins, okay? Twins are always cool, because then if you make friends with one of them, it's like, oh, there's almost always a second chance to make another friend because they've got a twin. So Travis and Cameron invited me to their birthday party, and that was kind of like the big change thing. And I was like, when you're in third grade and you get invited to a birthday party, it's like really cool. So I got invited to their birthday party at like the end of third grade, and I was like, oh, yes, finally, now I know I'm in. Like, I'm a part of the friend group. I'm not just like a lunch table friend, but I'm like a real friend. That's when it started to change, and I realized, oh, I actually like belong in this group. I'm actually a part of their group because they invited me to their birthday party. I don't even remember what happened at the birthday party. I just remember that I got invited, right? That's what I remember. I remember that feeling of like, oh, they actually want me to be their friend. They actually want to be friends with me. I'm actually accepted in this group. I got invited to something outside of just sitting at the lunch table or playing at recess. I got invited to something separate, right? It was finally this feeling like I belonged, and I finally had a group of people that were my friends. And if you felt that way ever in your life, you know it's a good feeling when you feel invited or something, right? Because all of us crave to be included. We all want to be included in something. We want to be invited into things. We want to feel like people want to be around us. They have this desire to be welcomed places, right? We want to feel that. And sometimes we don't even know how to describe that, right? This sense of we want community. And it's a weird thing to think about, but we all desire it. Even if you don't know you desire it, I guarantee you, if you started to really think about it, you're like, oh yeah, I do want to have friends. I do want to have people that care about me and that want to see me and that when they walk into the room, they're excited that I'm there, right? You want that even if you don't realize it. And sometimes we can kind of like lose this in our world today because it's like, I just have like my phone, and like when I walk into a room, I just be on my phone and I don't want to see people. But deep down, we all desire community, and we try and get that like on our phone, but it's not the same, right? We want good friends. We want to have a community around us where we feel welcomed and accepted and included, and we want that, right? It's something we desire. And so when I finally got that at the end of third grade, after like not really feeling like I had any friends, it was a huge game changer, right? It made the rest of elementary school and then middle school so much more fun because you felt like, oh, I'm actually a part of a group. I'm a part of these friends, right? And that's what we're kind of talking about tonight. We're talking about this idea of invitation, right? This invitation that my friends gave me. They invited me into their group, right? They invited me to be a part of something where I was included and welcomed and I felt like I belonged, right? And I want to tell you guys about this story about this guy named Philip, okay? Everybody say Philip. Philip. It's a cool name. Does anybody named Philip in the room? No Phillips? You're not named Philip. Okay, no Phillips. Well, if you're ever, meet a Philip, tell him he has a cool name because I like the name. Okay, so Philip, he is this guy who is one of Jesus' disciples. What a disciple is just his 12 closest followers, friends, right? So these are the 12 guys that followed Jesus around for several years and saw everything he did, and Jesus really spent time just pouring into them, and they're like his best friends, right? And so Philip, he meets Jesus, right? This is like early on when Jesus is just starting to do really cool things, some ministry stuff. He is going around and he invites Philip. He says, hey, Philip, come and follow me. And Philip's like, oh, I've heard of this guy. Like, I heard my friend John was telling me about this guy and how he's going to be this really cool Messiah, which just means Savior. And he's like, I know who this guy is. And he believes. He's like, okay, Jesus is going to be awesome. I'm going to follow Jesus. So that's what Philip decides to do. And then what Philip decides to do next is really, really cool. The next thing he does, right, Philip decides, okay, I'm going to follow Jesus. And then instantly his first thought is because I got to go tell my friend Nathaniel. He's like, I got to go find Nathaniel. Everybody say Nathaniel. Nathaniel. It's kind of a hard name to say, I'm not going to lie. It's a big word. But Nathaniel, okay, he goes and he finds his friend Nathaniel because he's like, dude, I got to tell somebody. I can't just like keep this to myself. I got to go tell Nathaniel. And he goes up to Nathaniel and he's like, yo, Nathaniel, get this. I found him. Like, I found the guy. Like, this group of Israelites, they've been waiting for Jesus, for this Messiah, this Savior, for so many years, like so long. Like the longest you've ever thought you've been waiting for something, times that by like 100. That's how long they've been waiting for Jesus. They've been waiting for him for a long time. And he's like, look, dude, Nathaniel, I found him. It's this Jesus guy. He's from this town called Nazareth. And then instantly Nathaniel's like, whoa, Nazareth? Nothing good comes from there. Like, it's not a good place. But he goes and he tells him this, okay? And that's where we're going to pick up the story. Philip goes to Nathaniel and he's like, dude, come check this out. I found the Messiah, the son of Joseph, Jesus of Nazareth. We're going to follow him. And this is what Nathaniel's response to Philip is, okay? It's going to be on the screen here in a second. Okay, he says, okay, this is Nathaniel talking, okay? He says, Nazareth, exclaimed Nathaniel. Can anything good come from Nazareth? So he's like, dude, what the heck? Nazareth? Like, Think of like whatever town you think is like the worst town, whatever that may be. For me, it's Pueblo. I don't like Pueblo. It's the worst. So it's like, oh, Pueblo. Can anything good come from Pueblo? Like that place is the worst. And so he's just kind of like, he's like, what? Are you sure the Messiah, the Savior we've been waiting for is from there? And you know what? Philip is like, oh, how do I respond? How do I respond? I imagine Philip is thinking like, he's like, well, like I could try and like debate him for a while. But he just says this. It's so simple. He says, come and see for yourself. Okay? Sorry, those words are yellow, but you didn't let you read them. But it says, come and see for yourself. Philip replied. That's all he says. He says, come and see. Come and see. Such a simple invitation. Philip didn't know how to defend where Jesus was from. He didn't know any of this. He just says, come and see, right? Come and see. And the reason Philip said this is because he knows that he can't convince Nathanael of anything. He knows that the best way to do it is just going to be to let him come and see Jesus for himself. He says, come and see. Come and see what's going on. Come and see what I saw. Come and see this man that I met. And so Nathanael was like, okay, I guess I could try it out. I'll come and see. Come and see what this Jesus guy is all about. And so Nathanael then goes with Philip, and they go back, and they go and they meet Jesus. And then Nathanael decides he's going to follow Jesus too. He decides like, oh, when he meets him, he says, oh, you are the Son of God. Like he instantly recognizes, he's like, oh, Philip wasn't joking. This guy's for real. Like he's our Savior that we've been waiting for. And so then Nathanael also becomes one of these 12 disciples, right? But here's what I want to pull away from this, right? Philip, he understood this idea that we're going to kind of talk about tonight, okay? And it's going to be on the screen because it's like a long little sentence, but listen up, okay? So here's what Philip understands. He understands that an invite is the best way to ignite, right? That's the first part. An invite is the best way to ignite. He understood that Philip, right, he knew that he could go to Nathanael and try and convince him all this stuff, but he said, you know what? I'm just going to go tell him to come and see. Come and see. Come and check out Jesus. And all that does is it ignites something, right? And what does it mean to ignite? Ignite means to like spark something, right? To get something started, to just start something, right? So an invite is the best way to ignite. It's to ignite a little interest. It ignites a little interest in Nathanael, right? He gets curious, right? And then after that, an invite is the best way to ignite for Jesus to then shine his light. So that's what happens next. Jesus comes along and he shines his light, right? Philip and Nathanael, they go and they meet Jesus, and as soon as Jesus meets him, it changes everything, right? Jesus is able to shine his light into Nathanael's life, and it changes everything for him, right? He entirely changes his life. He drops everything he's doing, and he says, I'm going to follow Jesus for the rest of my life, and that's what he does. Boys in the back, are you okay? Back there? So he says, right, he goes to him and he decides to follow him with his life, right? It changes everything. An invite is the best way to ignite for Jesus to shine his light, right? So a simple invitation can change everything. And it changed everything for Nathanael in his life, right? All because Philip just said, come and see. Simplest little invitation ever. Just come and see. Come and check it out, right? So a couple of things I want you guys to pull away from this, okay? Number one is that invitations are powerful, okay? Invitations are so powerful, right? Whether it's getting invited to a birthday party, or maybe the first time somebody invited you to go play soccer or basketball or something, and then you fell in love with the sport, or maybe it was, an invitation to church. Maybe one of your friends invited you to come to youth group or something like that. Invitations are special, right? You might have never even thought to go and do something or to try something until you got invited to it, right? Because an invitation makes you feel seen and it makes you feel valued, right? When someone invites you to something, it makes you think, wow, they're thinking about me. They think that I would enjoy whatever it is, or they think that I should be a part of this, right? It makes you feel seen and valued, which is so important. We all want to feel seen and valued. So an invitation is so powerful, right? Simple invitation can change everything. Come and see, and it changed the guy's life forever, right? Secondly, you don't have to be perfect to invite someone, right? You don't have to be perfect. Philip had only met Jesus earlier that day, right? It's not like he was an expert and knew everything there was to know about Jesus. He just had met him a little bit before him, and he was like, you know what? This is cool. This is special. I should go invite someone. I don't know. Philip wasn't a Bible expert necessarily. He didn't have all the answers. All he knew was that he liked what was happening, and he wanted to share that with people, right? He wanted his friend to be a part of it. So he went and he said, come and see. Come and check this out, right? You don't have to be perfect. Anyone can invite someone to something. It's so simple, right? And number three, we have something worth sharing, right? You have to have something worth sharing if you're going to invite someone to something, right? You're not going to invite someone to come to, like, I don't know, some like really lame thing, right? You're not going to invite somebody to come and watch you stare at paint dry for an hour. That's boring, right? Nobody wants to do that. You have to have something worth sharing, right? It would be like, imagine if you found out that Crumble Cookies was giving away free cookies every Friday for the rest of forever. All you had to do was show up on Friday and they would give you a free cookie. It'd be the best news in the world, right? Everybody would love that. What would you do if someone told you that? You would go and tell your friend, right? You would go and you would share that with other people because it would be worth sharing, right? You would have something that's worth sharing. And that's what Philip had, right? Philip knew once he met Jesus, he knew this is special, right? Jesus is special. I need to share this with someone, right? Because it's worth it. It's not just some silly thing. It's something that matters. It's something that's worth it. And, Philip went and he shared it with Nathanael. And then both Philip and Nathanael went on to share this news of Jesus with thousands and thousands and thousands of people, right? Nathanael actually went on to go, and after Jesus had died and resurrected, Nathanael went on to spread the gospel to this area called Armenia. And even today, they still would say, they'd point back to the Nathanael, they call him Saint Nathanael. They would point back to him and say, he is why we follow Jesus today, right? He went on to do crazy things because he was invited with such a simple invite of come and see. And so he went on to do crazy things. He changed his whole life just from one little invitation, because one little invitation can change everything for someone, right? Whether it's changing, like for me, when it was in elementary school, made me feel like I had friends and like I belonged, or whether it's changing someone's entire life by introducing them to Jesus, right? An invitation can change everything, right? So that's the challenge to you guys, is to start inviting others into the circle, right? Start inviting people into your circle. Bring them in. Don't push them out, right? And it can be so simple, right? At Garage here, we try and make it super easy for you guys to invite people to things. We throw these big parties like Garage Late Night on Friday where we just have a huge party that's a lot of fun, and it's super easy to invite someone to, right? Because it might be scary to invite someone to church. I get it, because you're like, I don't want people to think I'm weird and inviting them to church. But it's like, no, this is just a big old party. You can invite anyone to this because they're going to be like, oh yeah, like I want to come and do live Mario Kart and have s'mores and ice cream and like pizza. Like who doesn't think that sounds like a good time? Everybody, right? So it's super easy to invite someone to something like that. Or even like every now and then we'll do just random like big party nights. And the whole reason we do those is to give you guys an opportunity to invite someone that would maybe never come, right? Maybe some people would not want to come to just church or something. They might be scared. They might think that's weird. But you could start with something simple like inviting to an event. Or maybe it's something at your school, right? Like I know a lot of your schools, they have like different Bible studies or Jesus clubs. You could just be like, hey man, would you want to come to club on Friday with me before school? They have donuts, right? That easy. Super simple. And you're like, you know what? It's not scary. They're just coming. Most people would be like, yeah, I want a donut before school starts. They'll come with you. And then that's all you have to do, right? You just have to invite to start to ignite, right? You send out the invitation and that's enough to get them started, right? That starts the curiosity. And then after we start it by inviting them, we just get out of the way and we let Jesus shine his light, right? That's what Philip did. He said, hey, come and see. And then as soon as they got there, Philip didn't try and like argue for Jesus or anything. He just got out of the way and let Jesus do the rest. And that's what we do, right? We try and bring people together, and then we get out of the way and let Jesus do what he wants to do, right? Because Jesus is the one who's going to shine his light and change their lives. We are just called to invite them and to ignite that interest, right? To start their being interested in what we have here, what we have with Jesus, right? So that's my challenge to you guys. We're gonna do another song here in a couple minutes, and we'll pray out and do that. But I want you guys to be thinking about like, who is one person that maybe really needs an invite in your life? Maybe it's a kid from school who's maybe new or something, right? Or maybe it's just a friend that you've had for a long time who maybe, they've just been having a really hard time lately, and they could just really use something where they feel seen and valued, where they're invited. Even if they say no, it's okay to still invite someone, right? It's okay if they say no, at least you invited them. At least you extended that and they know that they were seen and valued by you, right? So who is someone in your life that you could invite, right? Maybe it's to late night, maybe it's not, maybe it's to, like I said, I know a lot of your schools have different Bible study clubs or things like that. Maybe it's to something like that. Maybe it's to church in general. Maybe it's just to hang out, right? Maybe it's just to, I don't know, go to the mall or go on a bike ride or something. Maybe it's just to do something like that. Who is someone in your life that could use an invite this week, right? Who is someone you could do that? And if you do want to invite them to late night, we do have these cool little cards. Makes it even easier. Just like, hey, dude, come to this thing. It's going to be awesome. Boom, done, right? Whatever it is, just try to invite someone in, right? Try to invite people in, because that is what we all crave. We all crave to be seen and valued and to have that community. So we're going to pray, and I would ask just during this last worship song, you would just spend some time worshiping the Lord and kind of reflecting on that, and see if maybe he gives you an idea of who is someone you might want to invite to something soon. So pray with me, and then we'll get into this last worship song. Dear Lord, thank you for this night. Thank you for all the students that are here. Thank you for their hearts for you. Thank you that they're just here and they love to just be able to jump around and worship you and have a lot of fun with their friends and spend time in community. I pray that you would just continue to bless us as we finish the school year strong. Help us to finish well. We're so excited for summer, but we know we've got a few days left of school, and we pray that you would just help us to finish them well. I pray that you would just put someone on all of our hearts that we need to invite, to just hopefully ignite something in them, and then to just get out of your way and let you do what you do and save souls and change lives. God, just put somebody on our hearts and our minds that we can invite. We just want to pray this all in your name, and everybody said,
God, you're about to move, you better, so much better.
Couple of things real quick, guys. 3 things, actually. Number 1, you are loved and prayed for, and you are accepted here, just as you are at Garage. Number 2, we really hope to see all of you guys at Garage late night this Friday.